Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about the games industry, because I've been saying this for years. The games industry has been getting worse and worse when it comes to actually pleasing the player base of any given game franchise, and the recent release of Overwatch 2 is a perfect example of that. It ties perfectly into what I've been saying about Call of Duty for years now, and let's just go ahead and jump right on into it, man. So one of the things I've said about COD for a number of years now is that COD has lost its sense of progression. You can play the game, sure, you can enjoy playing team deathmatch, seeing how many kills you get, looking at your kill death ratio. You can try to win your games of domination, but when there's no real incentive to grind the game outside of just enjoying the core game itself, people get bored. There needs to be an extra layer of progression on top of just enjoying the game and playing the game, right? You look back at games that we grew up with, man, you had that. Even going back, the earliest COD I played was Call of Duty 4, right? And on top of just enjoying the game and getting better and trying to get more kills and things like that, you had your prestige mode, you had your challenges, you had leveling up your guns, well, you had unlocking attachments for your guns, like every 25 kills or so, you got a new attachment, you got your camos that you had to go for, then of course, like I said, prestige mode, and just enjoying the game in general. That was in 2007. Nowadays, we have virtually none of that. They got rid of prestige mode. The challenge system is virtually pointless because there's no reward for doing all the challenges, and even if you get all the XP for the challenges, who cares? You're capped at seasonal prestige, so eventually you get to a max level and then you're just kind of done. Back in the day, we had supply drops and things like that, which were inherently a bad system, but at the very least, you could still earn content by playing the game as compared to pulling out your credit card, right? There was a lot to the older CODs compared to what we have now. Well, Overwatch 2 is in the exact same situation that COD has put itself in. And don't get me wrong here, I like Overwatch. I've been playing Overwatch since the beginning. I got Overwatch 2, it's a free game now. But what they did with that game is downright horrendous, and everyone's pissed off about it. But what blows my mind is people don't realize they did the same thing to COD a couple of years ago. So what they did is, back in the day, Overwatch had a pretty standard progression system. It wasn't fancy. What they did is every level you unlocked a loot box, and from those loot boxes you got cosmetics. If you got any duplicates, similar to armory credits or depot credits here in the COD franchise, you could use that to go ahead and purchase whatever skins you wanted. So by playing the game, you got to level up, you got to unlock loot boxes, and you got different skins just through that way, as well as saving up your credits to buy individual skins that you wanted. Cool, right? It's an antiquated system, but that's what they had, and believe it or not, it's better than what they have now. With Overwatch 2, they got rid of the loot box. Leveling up is pointless now. There is no progression in this game. There's no leveling of any kind whatsoever. You just play the game and that's it. But they did add challenges, and these challenges are there to level you through the battle pass. Your daily and seasonal challenges will take you through the battle pass, which is being slammed right now for being one of the worst battle passes in history because they virtually give you nothing. We're talking about mostly sprays and calling cards and emblems and things like that. It's a really bad battle pass. There's like 3 skins on the entire thing, I think. And on top of that, you have your weekly challenges. And with your weekly challenges, should you do all of them every week, you will earn 60 Overwatch coins, and these are what you can use to purchase different skins in the game directly. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the price of some of these skins right here. If I want to buy a legendary skin, look at the price. If I want to buy a legendary skin here with my measly 60 coins I get per week, it's going to take me 31.6 weeks to be able to afford that legendary skin, or roughly 8 months. You have to grind the game every single day for 8 months with an M, months, to get one legendary skin. And if we're talking about like the rare skins, which are basically all just recolors of the original skin, we're talking 5 weeks, over 1 month of doing your weekly challenges every single week to afford one rare skin in the game. It's ridiculous, and people are doing the math on this over on the Overwatch subreddit. The newest character to unlock all of her non-seasonal content is going to take 15,600 coins, which, of course, you can just buy them in the in-game shop and swipe your credit card, or if you want to actually earn these things, it will take you 5 fucking years to earn all those coins in game before you can purchase all the non-seasonal content for the new character. How ridiculous is that? And going back to it, the idea of a loot box, right? We have videos, because I used to play this game quite a bit. I had plenty of loot box videos. The thing about loot boxes is inherently they were not good because they locked good content, especially in the COD franchise. They locked good content away in those loot boxes, and there was no direct way to earn that content. They would put actual game-changing weapons in there. It started off with the weapon variants that we saw in Advanced Warfare. Black Ops 3 was especially egregious at this. They would put so many, I mean, that game was more DLC than was actual game, but at the very least, you had a chance to earn that content for free. I'm not here to say that loot boxes are the end-all be-all and we should go back to that. Of course not. I've made so many videos against the idea of the loot box because they never end up doing it right. In a game like COD, as close as we got to them doing it right would be games like Call of Duty World War II, Modern Warfare Remastered. I think Infinite Warfare had a good system. I didn't play the game. You guys will have to speak for me down there in the comments. And then you have Black Ops 4. Whereas Black Ops 4, you can just open up all these supply drops that you earn in game and hope to get lucky, or you can save them up and use them as a form of currency to just directly purchase the content that you want, whether it's a weapon, whether it's a mastercraft, or what have you. What we see in Overwatch right now is they took the game and they made it free to play, and they took away every form of progression within the game itself in exchange for virtually nothing. And what's crazy to me is, again, I'm going through like the Overwatch subreddit and things like that, and let me know if you feel like there's a parallel right here between the Overwatch 2 community and the Call of Duty community. This was just posted yesterday. It's not even a top rated post right now over the past week, but this was just posted yesterday from XI Flake. Overwatch 2 just feels really empty. Don't get me wrong, the gameplay itself is amazing. 5v5, balance the game, and overall it's a lot of fun to play with friends. I just feel like there is close to zero incentive to play the game at all. When you finish a match, you just go straight to the next queue. There is no after action report, no medals, and only about 5 seconds to interact with your teammates or enemies post-match before you get disconnected and never hear from them again. You just go back to the main menu as if the game you just played didn't even matter in the first place. On top of that, there's no being on fire, there's no loot box per level you go up, like there isn't even a leveling style of progression to begin with, like not even account-wide leveling or experience. There is only the standard 21st century battle pass progression system locked behind a paywall. Oh, and the new skins are also boring and bland as well. All this just makes me feel kind of sad, not gonna lie. I really like the gameplay, I want to play more, but playing feels so boring and empty at the same time, and that makes me not want to play. Anyone else feel the same? And you go through the comments, everyone's agreeing, man, and I've said this about COD. I feel vindicated right now, man. I've been saying this about COD forever. Yes, the core game can be fun. The Vanguard core gameplay, that was fine. You know, Modern Warfare 2019, you guys know it's not my cup of tea, but I could deal with it if there was actual progression, actual things to do in the game besides just play the game. You know, we as gamers nowadays, we have been conditioned. We need to be working towards something, whether that's something as simple as a prestige mode, whether that's something as simple as like a 100%er, whether that's, you know, doing these seasonal challenges to unlock seasonal specific rewards that you can maybe show off later in time, like we used to have with Days of Summer, Shamrock and I, Operation Winter Siege, and things like that. We need to have that kind of stuff in the game. But ever since Modern Warfare 2019, they've gotten rid of that shit in COD. And now it's like, enjoy our gameplay. And you look at the gameplay of Modern Warfare 2, everyone's like, what's wrong with you guys? So if the gameplay itself, the core gameplay, is not exactly your cup of tea, but you can look past it if you have other things to work towards, other things to occupy your mind with, that's okay. The problem is games like Overwatch are not doing that. Games like COD are not doing that, and that is the problem, ladies and gentlemen. I feel so vindicated right now because I've been saying this about COD for so long now. There needs to be more in the game. I used to love in the older CODs, man. I would go to Sour's YouTube channel and he would show you how the best way to farm the most obscure challenge in the game, and I'm like, holy shit, why didn't I think of that? And I go and I grind that challenge and I feel rewarded when I get it finished and I get the reward for doing it. We don't have that anymore in COD, man, and it sucks. It fucking sucks. And now the Overwatch community, and because COD is COD and people like, there's a double standard. This is gonna make me sound like a complete tool, I understand that, but like, if Nadeshot comes out and makes a Twitter post saying, man, there's no progression in this game, this sucks, then suddenly articles are getting written about it. You know, people are talking about it on podcasts like it's big news because Nadeshot said it. He's much higher than anyone else. But when like people like, you know, myself or Blame Truth or Thunder, like people that are considered to be known nuisances within the COD series, like, oh yeah, Nero just bullshits all the time, we don't have to take what he says seriously. I wish more people were like on board with these ideas, because it's obvious that I've been talking about it for so long and nothing is going to change about it. We need more people talking about it, because it's clear Activision is going to take me seriously. And I wish so much that other people would get on board with this, because it's clear that is one of the main problems for COD. It just is. But no one really talks about it. And I think it's because at the end of the day, a lot of people don't simply care. The developers don't care. And what's crazy to me is, can you imagine being a COD developer, right? And you go to play the game and you realize there's nothing to actually do in the game besides play it. That's it. You think that'd be a problem. You think they would like say to themselves, we need to actually add rewards for people to actually want to grind our game. The problem is COD developers don't play their own game. I remember Treyarch's community manager was boasting, downright being braggy on Twitter about the fact that he's like 4th prestige in Black Ops Cold War. I'm like, you fucking what? Oh, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Like, they don't play their own games. That's what it really comes down to. Because if you go back to like any game that you're invested in, like these developers, the games they do actually like to play, I'm sure those games are full of progression and full of challenges and full of things and wonder and magic and things for them to do, man. But not COD, and evidently not Overwatch. Can you show like one Overwatch dev? How could they play like one match of their game and then realize there's nothing actually for me to grind for? Yes, the gameplay is fun, but there's nothing to grind for. That's a fucking problem, right? Oh, it makes me mad, dude. It makes me mad. But that's going to be the end of this video here today. Just tried telling everybody, but no one listened. And now look at where we find ourselves. Not only in the COD franchise, but it's leaking over into other shooter franchises as well, which all happen to be under that Activision Blizzard umbrella, funny enough. Papa Phil Spencer, please buy this company. Please fix this shit. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for this video here today. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts and feedback on all this down there in the comment section below. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.